What's going on, Gameday Nation? My name is Omar.
My name is Steven, beautiful people.
And you're watching Gameday Nation Athletics.
All right,
Steven, what are we doing today, man?
Today, man, here's the topics for what's today, April 20th, 420. We got Jamal Adams and Leonard Fournette trade rumors. Jalen Green going to the G League, skipping college. Lions trade talks. And then we're going to talk about the Last Dance 30 for 30 reaction. Now, let's get it, y'all. Boy, let's go, man. So, right. Leonard Fournette and Jamal Adams asking for trades, man. What's going on here, bro? Let's start with Jamal Adams, man. What you think?
All right, so there's been a little bit of trade rumors around, Jamal Adams wanting to leave New York Jets. I don't think he's in the right situation right now. Great player, but I don't think the Jets can afford to lose a player like him. I mean, I feel like it was a great pickup by the Jets, right?
But definitely.
Because they're not really working with him, I feel like the Jets really need that type of player to really keep on going.
I think it's more that Jamal just doesn't want to be there. People are saying that he wants a contract extension. He's using that the pressure. He's definitely using that the pressure of the Jets. Like, hey, pay me now or I'm leaving. I guess you could say as an excuse for him to get out of New York, because he knows New York's not gonna give him that big contract.
Not at all.
So he's gonna ask for something that he knows he's not gonna get, to use that to get out of New York. Because look, there's one thing skipping OTAs, when you have to go there and camp and everything. But there's another thing when you're skipping a virtual program.
You're not doing anything to begin with, so might as well go to a virtual program.
And that says a lot if you're skipping a virtual program. That is, to me, insane, man. That shows right there something ain't right in New York, man. Something ain't right.
Look, New York is not going to pay this man anyways, but think about it. Yeah, they could have paid Le'Veon Bell a whole lot of money, but they didn't. So what's the point of paying, what's his name? Jamal Adams. But there's some speculation that he might go to the Cowboys if it ever happens. But let's say he does go to the Cowboys. How would it benefit the Cowboys? When we really think about it, they have not Byron Jones. What's his name?
That corner. I'm not really too certain about the corners they got right now.
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Their corners are kind of shaky. They have linebackers. Don't get me wrong. Dallas, to me, can be a complete team if they have DBs. They'll be a complete team. They have offensive linemen. They have wide receivers. They have running backs. They have a quarterback already. They have a front seven, but they need DBs. I feel like Jamal Adams will fit that role perfectly, and how that system is being run, I feel like he will get it done.
I mean, you already know, Dallas doesn't like to pay their players right. I mean, you already see in our previous episodes that we had that they're not gonna pay their quarterback. So what makes you think they're gonna give them that big time money for Jamal? Because look, I believe that Jamal Adams is gonna be part of a trade package in a draft. Or whatever the Jets are trying to do, maybe a second round pick at a first round. We'll see what happens. Because to me, it's kind of hard to speculate where he's going to go right now. Because I'm not really seeing a lot of teams that are publicly saying that they're interested in him yet. But the draft is this weekend, this Thursday.
It is this Thursday.
So I believe the Jets are going to use him as a trade package, like I said. And man, Jamal Adams is a baller, man. To me, he's like the only highlight in the Jets team right now. I mean, if you look at the stats, he had one interception that went for a Ep.6. One fumble recovery for a scoop and score, and he has 75 total tackles, 61 solo. So this man's a baller. He is the heart of the team, but he's not happy in New York.
And what, he was like a Pro Bowl in his rookie year or something?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, he is a great player, but I feel like he wants to go to a winning team. He wants to compete for a championship, and the Jets, it's not looking too well. Because you have the Bills coming up in the East, I don't know, that's kind of scary for the Jets.
And don't forget the Dolphins, man.
I don't know.
The Dolphins, man, we coming, but that's a different video for a different day. But yes, he wants to go to win. There's something not right in New York's coaching and front office. I truly believe that, but we'll see what happens. But let's head to Leonard Fournette. Saying Jaguars having trade discussions, and I think the organization is totally lost, man.
All right,
totally lost.
So before anyone gets upset, I feel like the Jaguars are getting rid of their good players. They just like, you know what, you're good, I'm gonna get rid of you, and I
just to get picks, man.
Just to get picks. I feel like
when you have the pieces already.
See what happened back in what was it? 2016 that they were good. 2017.
2017 when they had to play. They went 12-7 in the season.
They were good after that season. They went downhill. They started losing pieces after pieces after pieces. I'm looking at I think they need a new management. I don't know if they can pick themselves up. I think
it's just the organization is total loss right now, man. When when Tom Coughlin left the team, and you already know the people in Jacksonville wasn't happy. His discipline system he had was just terrible. And when I believe Jacksonville let him go, left that team a total mess, man. They're still feeling the effects of the Tom Coughlin, man. I mean, you got more than half of the team of the starting roster from that 2017 run. They're gone, man.
Yeah, all of them.
Right now, not only Leonard Fournette is asking for a trade, you have, what's his name right here? You got Telvin Smith and Yannick, I don't know if it's Naku. Them boys are asking for trades as well. There are people in Jacksonville are not happy, man. Mm-hmm. Not happy at all.
It's the management fault right there.
And not only because you could blame so much to the management too, but coaching is definitely involved too. Doug Marrone is definitely in the hot seat for this season. He's what 21 and 27 in his tenure at Jacksonville, man. Things ain't looking right. He only had that one good season at 2017, but he has been going downhill ever since.
Yeah, and it's a new season, and a lot of these teams are getting even better now. Man, there's been a lot of these new age system, new age coaching, and I feel like they gotta change up. They gotta compete now. And this is a season where it's really they're all competing for a championship. This is a new championship season
for Jacksonville.
No, it's for all teams overall. Because ever since Tom Brady left the East and go to the NFC, I feel like the East Coast or the Eastern Conference,
the
AFC, my bad, the AFC is up for grabs, and I feel all these teams are trying to compete for that number one spot.
Well, I feel like Kansas City already got that spot. I mean, the Patriots. I believe the AFC was already opened by this past season.
I don't believe that.
But it's just sad to see that Jacksonville was once considered Saxonville with their most dominant defense. Most of the pieces are gone, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only highlight you got in Jacksonville is with Gardner Minshew, man. And players are not even happy with him. They're like, I forgot I think it was Leonard Fournette that said this. He said, we're happy. I mean, he's good. Gardner Minshew is good, but we need a quarterback that's going to win us games. And I mean, look, I love Gardner Minshew myself, but he's not that quarterback for the franchise. Great backup and everything, but I don't think he's willing to. He could pick up a team and go to the promised land and win them a chip.
I feel like Leonard Fournette is looking for a veteran quarterback to really help the team win. But with Gardner Minshew, I don't think he is the future quarterback, the future starter. I don't see that happening. I feel like there will be a point in time where they will trade him as well for draft picks.
Might as well, since they trade everybody out in Jacksonville.
I think they really are rebuilding a new team for
They're basically, man, they've been rebuilding. Yeah. This is the end. I mean, what a terrible deal they got when they got Nick Foles. And after one season, they already traded him. Mm-hmm. Wow, man. Wow. It's a total mess out there in Jacksonville. Things ain't looking good in Jacksonville, man.
No, man.
Definitely not. Anyways, let's move on. Jalen Green going to the G League. Omar, I want to let you know that he was a 5-star recruit, shooting guard, came from prolific prep of Napa Christian High School in Napa, California. The top 5 teams that were offering him was Florida State, Oregon, Auburn, Memphis, and Kansas. What you think about he skipped basically college, all top 5 schools right here to go to G League to make more than $500K?
I feel like it's a good opportunity for him. Play with G League is also a pro league as well, and I feel like it's a good opportunity for him to really gain his skills before going into the NBA. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to compare LaMelo's situation when he went to a different league as well.
He was overseas,
he went to overseas, and he improved better. He gotten better because believe it or not, besides going to college and stuff like that, there are other great players, other systems that are different. That's not the same. So you actually looking at new faces, new system, new competition, and it's not familiar with you. I think that's a great opportunity for him. I understand that he's like a 5-star prospect, but he is the guy to go. He is making the best decision, I believe.
It's very tricky because, I mean, what's going on in this world right now with the pandemic, I think it makes sense, because you're not even certain that the college season might even start up for basketball or even football, right? So it's like, might as well go out and make my bread. In this situation, it makes sense. I agree with the move and everything, but I'm afraid that this might start a trend for other top prospects in basketball to go straight to the G League. But there's one thing that we're missing here that I think a lot of college athletes have to think about here. That that you're missing the college experience. I mean, what's the beauty? Like, let's say the school's out here in Kansas, right? You go to school in Kansas. You already know the fans, the culture, bro. Like, people love you there. If you're a top athlete at that school, man, they love you, man. They give you like the player, the coaches, the people at the school that run the school, the president, and the fans, of course, the students. They show love to that player. As soon as you're a Kansas Jayhawk, you're always a Kansas Jayhawk. So you have a commit to that program. And like I said, the culture, the fans, it's something beautiful, traveling in different parts of the states. Now, if you go to the G League, you're getting your bread, but it's just, there's no culture there in the G League. You're playing in like gyms of like NBA teams, probably with no fans at all.
But the thing is, with the G League, I feel like they work hard to get that recognition, and it's a totally different ballgame. So that's why I feel like it's a great opportunity for him to improve his skills.
I mean, a lot of players from the G League, they're not like rookie players. Most of them are like mid-veterans.
Yeah, they're veterans. So that's why I say it's a great opportunity for him to actually, compete.
I mean, because remember, you gotta remember what the G League is for. It's for developmental, like to like let's say you got cut by an NBA team, now you're trying to get back.
And they're working extremely hard to do that.
But Jalen Green, he doesn't need it. Like, obviously he needs development, but he's not the player that he got cut right. No, like, if the NBA didn't have that 1-year system where you have to sit out a year before you go pro, this man would have been in the NBA right now. He would have got a drafted talk. We would have draft talks right now, but you can't do that. So he'd rather skip college altogether and go straight to G League, which is fine, but I'm just scared this might start a trend, and this could affect college basketball.
See, look, first of all, I like competition. If it starts a trend, I'm all for it, because that means the college basketball, they have to improve their game. How can they
improve their game?
Exactly. It makes new innovations. So that's why I like the trend as well. If they gain more 5-star athletes to go to G League, that's amazing. I like it. I support that idea. That means, the NCAA got to do something about it. Like, whoa, we're losing kind of these athletes. We're losing these 5-star players. What's happening? We got to do something about it.
The thing is, though, is like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime type college experience when you go to college, man.
Right.
Like, I understand school isn't for everyone, but, I mean, it's an opportunity. Because, basketball isn't forever. You already know that. And $500K, you got to remember, you're not getting the full $500K because, one, you got to pay taxes, the Uncle Sam. Then you got to pay your agent. So you're getting less than $500K. I mean, money is money at the end of the day. You're getting something. You're getting paid for what you love to do the most and what you're good at.
I don't know. I like the whole situation.
It's just like, sit out. I don't know what the situation is personally. Maybe you gotta there's something going on with the family and he needs to care of his mom, his dad, or whatever. But if it's just you saying, you know what, I just want like money right now, like, bro, like,
or it doesn't have to be all money. It could be a more of a person.
How's it not about money?
Could be an ability.
This is pretty obvious. This is for the money.
But look, let's say someone gave you a proposition saying you can get better if you join this league. You can improve your ability to get more money.
One of the best, majority of the best basketball coaches do play in college. You're not gonna find the best coach playing coaching in the G League. Come on, Omar.
But look, it could be a new revolution. I don't know. He could.
I mean, this is good for the NBA because most players back then, like Melo, he went overseas. And it's hard for like NBA scouts to go overseas to Australia or to China to look at these players. But it's good for the NBA that they're getting local talent to come to their developmental league. That's good, but it's just, if you're thinking about, I'm trying to get my game better and everything, this and that, that's false, man. Because one, you got the best coaches playing.
But don't you want to dabble on each opportunity that you can get? I mean, to G League, this is something that not everyone picks. Maybe he wants I want to be different. I want to try something.
Omar,
new.
No way. I believe this is certainly for the money, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with going out and get your bread, but don't make this seem like he's doing it to get better himself. Because
I feel like he's getting better.
He can get better himself. He doesn't need to go to the G League for that.
Sometimes you gotta be a hands-on player and you have to go to the G League. So maybe
hands-on player, you're doing the same thing in college as well.
No, I feel like it's a totally different ball game.
No way.
It really is.
That doesn't make sense.
I told you how. I feel like with the G League, you actually perform even better than the college players. Let me tell you why. Because let's say some of the cast-off gets kicked out in the NBA, right? Man, I got kicked out. That means I gotta try harder, play harder. They have something to lose. So that's why I believe that they're going to go. That's why he likes it. He likes the situation.
Nah, man, he's not. That's not on his mind, man. I'm pretty sure he's doing this for the money.
No, I don't think so.
He is, man.
I don't think
he's
so.
like, I'm not waiting a year to get paid. Like, I'm gonna get my bread now. I'm not gonna be a college student struggling out here trying to get what's my next meal. Because these college students be struggling. I mean, that struggle yourself.
Look, all right, Zion, right? All that popularity, right? He averaged more money than Giannis ever did in his rookie season, right? From college. And I believe if Zion never even went to I don't want to say college, he went to the G League or something like that, he would still got his money but still play. I mean, all I'm saying is that.
But it's just the recognition, building your legacy.
Exactly. He's building his legacy in the pros. He
started bro, I promise you, if he never went to Duke, he would have not got the most hype that he did going into the pros. I promise you that. If he went to the G League, it wouldn't be that much hype. But, he did play for one of the best head coaches in Duke. I forgot his name. Do you know his name? I forgot his name.
No, I don't.
I forgot his name. It's in my head. I forgot. But he played for one of the best head coaches in college basketball. He got better in his game. And that's what made the hype. That's why he went number one in the draft. But if he went to the G League, I think it would be a whole different story. I mean, he would have been good. He would have been balling out, got his bread, but he wouldn't have got that much amount of hype compared to if he went to Duke.
See, I don't believe that. See, if it was Sharif O'Neal's case, then that would make sense. Because Sharif, he had that a medical, what's that called?
A medical? Like had a surgery?
No, he did have surgery. It was I think it was open heart surgery or something. He had something early in the season for his basketball college season, and I think that really set him back. I think he needs to stay in college to gain his recognition. But for a person like Jalen, I don't think I don't think he needs to stay in college just to really have that I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna stay in college and improve my skills. He can go to the G League and improve his skills. Either or, I feel like it's a great situation.
I'm just saying the experience is not gonna be the same as if you were playing in Kansas or in Memphis. Or in, oh my God, I don't want to say the name, Florida State, but
all I'm saying,
it's just like
it's a great opportunity. He's doing a great job. I feel like he's made the right decision.
I mean, I'm not blaming him for it because go get your money, but I'm just scared this is gonna start a trend for other players to do the same.
What you have to be scared about? This should be a great opportunity.
College basketball is something beautiful, bro. Like we get to see players before they go pro, man.
But don't you want to see the players
and
get their success up by going to the G League?
I do. I mean, bro, like if you're a good enough player like a Jalen Green, you just need 1 year and you go pro right away.
But you do understand, 5 years from now.
It's all about patience. I mean, I know there's some player because I saw some of the interviews that the players saying that, hey, if you had the opportunity back then to go back to college, and let's say go back to time travel. Go back when you were a high school prospect and you had the choice to either go to G League or go to Michigan, right? You said, I'm going to the G League because at the time my family was struggling. I needed to make ends meet. So you had to go. I mean, it all depends on situations. If you're struggling financially, your family as well, and you want to help them out, good thing. I'll go in and do that. But let's say you're in a comfortable spot, your family's good, you're good, and you had the choice of going to G League or go to college and have a hell of experience. Why not go to college? But it's just 1 year. If you're a good enough player and you know that you are, go to college for a year.
But do you really like that one and done rule?
It's fair. It's fair. I guess.
It's fair.
It's fair. I mean, before I wanted to do 2 years for a player to stay in college, but
before you hold that talk, there is a report that 5 years from now, the NCAA are going to bring up that discussion in the next conference.
Well, no, the NFL, no, the NBA PA.
Yeah. And they're both going to have a talk. It's going to have a conference about having an added extra year to it. It's because...
No, I've been hearing they might actually get rid of that altogether, that straight out of high school,
that's
you go
what I'm
straight
saying.
to the pros.
That's what they're going to add. They're going to bring up that conversation again in the next conference. But all I'm saying is, I don't like that one and done year.
So what do you think it should be then?
Like, if they ever go to college or if they're ever going to play in college, I feel like they should wait 2 years then actually hop in.
2 years then actually hop in?
Yeah, because 1 year you're like, automatically going to college, you're like, man, I want to go to NBA real quick and stuff like that. I feel they gotta be groomed a little bit more. Then they have that fully understand. I feel the second year in college, you start to make choices, start to make decisions.
I mean, I heard, there was reports saying that, I think Zion had an interview about it, that Zion was actually considering going staying for college for his second year at Duke.
That's what I'm saying. If they added 2 years, then you declare drafting in NBA.
And I feel like Zion is the only player that he got injured and he still got drafted number 1. I feel like Zion's the only player that can do that. But any other players, if you get injured, that's it. Like your draft stock goes down. But Zion, he was so dominant in high school. He was so dominant in college that he got injured still, but he still, we got drafted.
But the thing is, with Zion's case, it's mainly natural ability.
For sure.
I mean, he's not gonna be that player like I'm gonna improve my jump shot, make it better. No, his abilities are going to the paint, charging at full steam, shoulder checking everyone and score, make buckets. Right? I'm not gonna see him standing in 3-point line shooting threes, mid range jumpers. Nope, none of that. But I don't know. But with the G League, I feel like players should take that into consideration. I mean,
it's dope that you got the option. You don't need to go overseas now. The G League is there. It's in America. You don't need to go to Australia. You don't need to go to Japan or China to go play overseas. I mean, you have the G League. It's a great option. I mean, I love that he's getting more than $500K deal, I guess, for that 1 year. Obviously, because he's going to pro.
I mean, LaMelo, he went overseas. And what, Lithuania? I forgot how to say the country's name.
Lithuania, something like that.
Lithuania, yeah. He went overseas and played, and he still looked like he could be a first-round pick.
That's true.
But I still have no.
I'm just saying that you're gonna miss. Just have that in mind. You're gonna miss the ultimate college experience, and the fans and everything, the culture. But hey, school isn't for everyone. I get it. Go make your bread. If you have a situation you need to take care of.
You saying like it's a bad thing though to go to the G League? That's what you're saying. Like I don't think going to a G League is a bad thing. I feel like
it's not a bad thing, but it's just like damn, kind of ruin. Well, it doesn't ruin the sport called basketball, but it's just like it might start a trend.
You're thinking the college basketball's case. I mean, look at the G League's case.
It's a great opportunity for them. It's a great scenario. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like, damn, man. Like,
you making it sound like it's a bad choice.
I would have loved to see Jalen Green playing for Kansas
But what's stopping you from watching the G League though?
Bro, is there any access to watch the G League? Ask me that.
But look,
ask me that. Where do you watch the G League?
If you watch,
you have to pay freaking NBA Network.
You say you want to watch Jalen Green, right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pay a subscription to have NBA TV just to watch Jalen Green.
But look, if you really
like the G League is not really that broadcast, man. Classic basketball is. Kansas is always on TV.
You're right. And if you have more players going to the G League, then it will. Great opportunity.
It just nah. I doubt it, bro. G League is not, man. The G League is not like the culture's not there. There's barely fans. They're just playing gyms and basketball gyms, and it's not really broadcast.
All right, if it's not there, then get more, players, 5-star athletes to go to the G League. I don't see the problem. I don't
know, man.
Great opportunity.
I don't know. But that's the news that Jalen Green is going to the G League for more than $500K, skipping out offers in Auburn, Florida State, Memphis, Kansas, and Oregon. So he's going to the G League. I mean, congrats to Jalen Green getting his money up, and hope you have a successful career going to the pros as well, man. All right, so moving on, we're headed to the Lions trade talks. Now, I believe Lions are doing this because now this gives pressure for the Chargers and Dolphins. They're like, all right, who's going to make a move first? Dolphins are like, is Chargers going to do something? Should we do something? As well as the Chargers as well. And the Chargers know. If they trade with either the Dolphins or Chargers, they're still getting their player, Jeff Okudah. He's still going to be there available. Because you already know, Giants, they're going to take Isaiah Simmons. You already know Dolphins and Chargers, they're looking for quarterbacks. So they have nothing to worry about if they trade with one of those teams. Dolphins ain't going to, because, you already know, they're getting quarterbacks. So, great move that the Lions are making it known publicly that they're open to trade at their pick. Because they know the teams up below them, they're wanting quarterbacks, and they don't know if they want to trade up to get that quarterback. So this is great. This is great what the Lions are doing. And this also shows that, because there was rumors saying that the Lions might possibly pick up Tua Tagovailoa and have a competition with him and Matthew Stafford. Whoever lost that competition was going to get traded. But, I don't know. Great move by Lions, but what you think?
I feel like the Lions should stay where they are. Jeff Okudah, I feel like great pickup. It will be a great pickup for the Lions.
I mean, they traded Darius Slay.
Yeah, and you need that youth, and I feel like Jeff is a great player just to fit that system. They really do need a slot corner for sure. But Jeff, he could play on the outside or a slot depending on how you really want to train him up. And I feel like his potential can be groomed to be one of the best corners in the league. But I feel like he become that recognized cornerback in like his second year or third year, because he's that type of player where he needs to be like built up. If is he high in the draft? Will he get picked up high in the draft? I don't feel like he should really pick up high in the draft because I don't see a lot of teams picking up cornerbacks right now. It's mainly offensive tackles, quarterbacks. Even though there's like a very select few quarterbacks up there. I also see linebackers being picked up as well, but for cornerbacks, I see there's no haste in it. So I feel like they should trade their pick, like at least go down mark, like get a first and the second or first and the third because how high their pick is. So I feel like let's get a first and the second round pick
whatever they get, a second round, third, they're getting something better than nothing, and they just want to stay put because they know Jeff is gonna be there, like I said. So why not get extra picks out of it? So make it known to the public, like, hey, y'all boys. So we open the training our third pick.
Now, I feel like there's a lot of tension with the Chargers, Dolphins, and Lions right there because it all depends on who's gonna pick Tua first, and I feel like the Chargers are most likely to make that risky move, like, all right, we gotta go ahead of them and try.
They need that splash in free agency or the draft because they are in LA. They need fans' interest, and so I think the Chargers are more desperate. They're more needy. But the Dolphins do need a quarterback.
But Dolphins risk a lot trying to pick up a quarterback though.
Well, I don't know about that because they're saying that the Dolphins front office they're not the type to take a lot of risks.
Well, I mean, they got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick. They got rid of Laramie Tunsil. They got rid of Kenny Stills. They've been getting rid of a lot of players for draft picks. And I feel like if you did that for a reason, then show us why you feel like you should pick up, Tua, or why you should pick up a high prospect.
Dolphins are definitely going to pick up a QB, either Tua or Herbert. They're not going to get anybody else with the fifth pick or if they trade up. But this now gives, like I said, it gives pressure for the Dolphins to see if they want to trade up because they don't know the Chargers are going to do the same. So the Lions, they're taking this, they're using this to advantage to the Chargers and Dolphins. It's like, all right, one of these teams is going to break. One of them are going to be like, you know what, F it. We want to trade up with you guys. We want to give you our second round pick or even the first round because the Dolphins have one of the first round picks. So like, you know what, F it. We want to trade out one of our first round picks because we want to get Tua so bad.
You know what would be crazy?
I know the Dolphins are not made up. They have not made up their mind who they're picking yet. I know that for a fact. And they still won't make up their mind by the time draft day comes. I promise you, it's going to be it's going to be literally a war room in that Dolphins, I call it video call they're going to have doing when the draft day comes, when it's their turn to pick, or even if they have the chance to pick the quarterback, if the Chargers were to trade up with the Lions to get their pick. But it's going to be a war room to see what they get. Or even like decide to trade up.
I feel like something that will shake the draft would be if the Bengals will not select Joe Burrow for number one pick. If that ever happens, I think everyone will have to reevaluate their picks and stuff like that.
I doubt because you really think Bengals are gonna stick with Andy Dalton?
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. Let's say they trade their number one pick for a hybrid quarterback that's already out there, that's already like a veteran right now. Like just imagine.
That changes everything because now when
the Giants is up, will they get what's his name? Chase Young.
It looks better now for the Dolphins because, all right, let's say let's go with that. If the Bengals were to trade and they trade up, who would trade up with them? The Chargers, Dolphins?
I don't know. That's something that I don't know. Because
that changes everything because let's say the Chargers were to trade up for the number one pick and they get Tua. So now the Dolphins have the choice of either Herbert or Tua. No, Herbert or Joe Burrow. So that's a better scenario than just having Herbert or Bryce Love to pick. So if that would have happened, better case for Dolphins and Chargers because now they got three options to choose from.
I feel like with Tua, he will be he's a better
I think so
prospect
too.
than Burrow, in my opinion, because I feel like you could do a lot more with Tua.
But you know what you're getting for Burrow because he's healthy.
You're right.
Compared to Tua, you don't know.
And Tua is a 50-50. That's the only thing that's keeping Burrow up high because of his healthiness.
I think even if Tua is like a healthy Tua, I think that the Bengals still get Burrow. I think so.
I actually don't know why Bengals want Burrow, to be honest.
Because he's more of a certain player, and he's a baller. He's from Ohio. Why not?
I understand that, but I still don't see Bengals saying, like, you know what? I feel like it's all pressure, the reason why Bengals want to get Burrow. Because it's all speculation.
They're getting Burrow. It'll be the ultimate, like, surprise if they don't get Burrow.
If they don't get Burrow, I don't know. That would be interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. All right, so that's for the Lions trade talks. But I do want to add a little breaking news and slide in there. The Patriots just announced they have brand new uniforms out, and we saw a little sneak peek of it. I got pictures right here.
All right, so I'm a Patriots fan. You guys should already know that. Die-hard, ride or die type of Patriots fan. But the Patriots put no creativity on the uniforms. What they did for this is their primary uniforms. What they did, their away uniforms. Away is based like dark colors, right? Base colors.
No, away colors?
Yeah.
No, that's their wet colors.
Oh, all right. So their home colors.
It's basically the color rush uniforms.
It's the color rush uniforms, and that's very disappointing. They were like, "Oh, we have no ideas. Everyone likes these color rush uniforms. Let's put this as our primary uniforms." I'm like, why? It's all blue, and I like the color rush uniforms. Don't get me wrong. The only thing they really changed about it is the stripes. They got them bigger and etc. But they really didn't do anything to it, right? Then let's think about their away uniforms. There's like white and blue bottoms. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't really like the blue bottoms, but if they put white, then yeah, that's more cool.
Yeah, it feels like all white.
I'm pretty sure they'll do that. It's just like because they have options, you can switch out pants and everything.
Yeah. But I'm just not feeling. They just put no creativity of it. Don't get me wrong. Looking at it, like you got to keep looking at it several times. It's clean, but then again, it's like you could have done better. Like I have no hate against it, but I have no love against it. I feel like it has to grow on me to really understand, like, oh, that's your uniform.
These uniforms look so good for you guys to lose games, man. Oh, man, it's beautiful.
I don't know why you keep bringing this losing in the air. I understand that a lot of these
commentators tanking for Trevor Lawrence, man.
We're not tanking whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. These uniforms look great.
All these commentators are saying the Patriots will go 8-8. I don't believe that.
That's according to Caesar's Sportsbook.
Yeah, and I don't believe that whatsoever. But
you shouldn't, because you should be expecting a 2-14 season.
No,
to get that tank, man. To get that.
See, he keeps playing with my emotions right now, and I don't know how I'm feeling. But all I'm saying that they should have done better with the uniforms. But now for the color rush, it gotta be red, because why not?
Why not? I think these uniforms, the home ones, the color rush blue ones they have, it's all right. I dig it. It's okay. It's definitely a whole lot better than their previous uniforms. Because,
for sure.
Oh my God, it's just the most boring uniforms I ever seen in professional sport. It's just so boring to me. Man.
Boring.
It's boring. You don't look clean when you wear that uniform. It's like I remember when the show we had before, I believe it was episode 4, that we were talking about how Odell was getting traded and everything, and he was saying the Patriots were interested in him. And you know how a lot of social media platforms, they have they Photoshop their uniforms.
Odell's uniforms, yeah.
Oh my, Odell Beckham looks so ugly in those uniforms, man. Because look, nowadays people think about swagger, the style and everything, man. You want to look clean uniform. Right, you don't look clean in a Patriots uniform. When Antonio Brown
was in the Patriots uniform.
Hey, bro, it was so, it was bland. It was bland. It just looked bland. Cause in the Steelers uniform, that man looked clean. It looked fresh, swagger.
Even with the stripes.
It was just the white ones are a whole lot better than the home ones. Like the recent uniforms you guys had, but the blue ones, oh my God, it is the most boring uniform ever. It's about time the Patriots did change. Now, the design. These jerseys are a whole lot better than the recent uniforms, right? But they could have had a little more creativity. The white, I really do like the white jerseys they got. I think it'll look a lot better with the all whites instead of the blue pants. But it's okay. But they should definitely add an alternative, like a throwback jersey, the red ones, definitely, and the throwback logo they got going. They should definitely do that. But if I would rate this 1 through 10,
I'll give it a 7.
I'd give it a 7.5.
I'll give it a 7. But speaking about jerseys, I was just talking to Steven that, the Dolphins should have a new jersey. Why not? Right? I was telling him about they should adopt that Vice colors to it.
I say why not?
See, first he was like, it could work, but they really had to get it's either right or wrong type of thing. And I was like, bro, I feel like it could get it right. But you can see the picture of the Vice jerseys on the social media page on Instagram.
We'll put a link down.
You know, Gameday.Nation Athletics.
Yeah, follow our social media on Instagram.
You will see the Vice jerseys. What I'm talking about, and I feel like it looks clean. I feel like it will be the best jerseys in the NFL if they adopt those Vice colors.
I feel like NFL should adopt a system. Basically, NFL collab with NBA. Like they say they switch jerseys for days. So yeah, the Dolphins will have the Vice jerseys, or let's say the Patriots will have like the Celtics type theme jerseys.
Like Celtic green, something.
Yeah.
That looks ugly. You know.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna make it work, right? Like,
but the Celtics do have a black and green, all black and green jersey. I thought that was clean. I think that's clean.
I mean, because now they're expanding the season. Why not have that one game per a year that all the teams that have an NBA affiliation adopt a jersey, yeah, and then NBA should adopt the NFL jersey. Why not? I thought that'd be clean.
But if you look at the Vice jersey on the social media page, you will see it what I'm talking about. It was clean. I also put up the Patriots jerseys. If you want to look at that, it's also on the social media page. Again, it's at Gameday.Nation Athletics.
Yeah, and check out Twitter, man. We got a lot of we do retweets in here, and then we promote our videos. And also, like I said, use that platform to for select athletes to showcase your highlights and your link to your HUD-I and whatnot. And plus we want to do some interviews with some college athletes. I mean high school athletes that are looking to get exposure, or just want to have a chit chat with us. And fans too, man. If you're out there, you want to debate with us, hit us up on Twitter and Instagram. All right. So now we're headed to last night, The Last Dance, 30 for 30 docu-series. What you think about it? What you think about it? Come on now. For the viewers that don't have ESPN, they couldn't watch it or they haven't watched it yet. Let's give a quick rundown.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Of course. All right. So before give them a rundown. What happened during that? All
right. These are the bullet points that I put for yesterday's show. General Manager Jerry Klaus, something like that, said a controversial statement saying organization wins championship, not players. I don't know about that, but one thing I was kind of surprised about, Jordan being a very innocent kid when he first got drafted. There was one scene where he was talking about that he it was a hotel room, and basically all of the Bulls roster was in that hotel room
smoking crack.
They were, doing lines. We had hookers and everything, and then while Jordan was like still living like a college kid, being all neat and everything. You know what? The young Michael Jordan reminds me a whole lot of you.
What?
He reminds me of you for some reason, because I feel like you'll be in that situation where you see these, a lot of people are like doing lines and smoking weed and everything, or you're like, this ain't for me, I'm out of here. And you'll be the type to be in your in your little apartment room, whatever, watching anime or something.
I mean, yeah.
While everyone else is partying.
Let's say I was on that situation, right? Walking into the room, I was like, whoa, something ain't right. I gotta go. So I'll have to leave.
I saw Jordan was so neat, like doing his clothes and everything. He's just as he was still living in college.
Yeah, I mean, man,
he reminds me a lot of Omar.
You cannot leave college and not pick up those type of mannerisms. When you're in college, you are broke as hell. You not doing anything. Peanut butter jelly sandwich, udon noodles with hot sauce. You can't even afford some hot sauce sometimes. Udon noodles, you gotta get that. But you broke. And trying to leave college, you still have that broke feeling like, man, I got no money. And you are. You still paying debt unless, you got a full ride. But you still in debt.
I mean, in this case, Jordan it was his rookie year. I mean, he got a rookie contract. He got money now.
But
it was just so funny to me that at the time when he walks in that room, sees everyone doing some illegal stuff, he's like, oh, this ain't right. Like, I'm out of here. And he goes back home, playing his cards, watching TV. I'm like, yo, that reminds me so much of Omar. Anyway, so another thing, obviously Jordan was a high school prospect. He went to North Carolina. But one thing I didn't know is that Jordan got cut for the varsity team back in his sophomore year.
Yeah, I didn't know
that. He got cut. That was pretty shocking.
Yep, gotta play hard, man.
And then another rundown is that, how does Houston and Portland miss out on Michael Jordan, man? Have you ever heard of two other players?
So if you notice, a lot of those players who getting picked up, they were all like 7 feet. Being a 7-foot player, I think was the new wave at that time, or was the wave. And being under 7 foot, you're like, well, I don't like you, because they're all trying to look for that next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, some
Right.
type of player. Having that tall, lengthy kid coming from college. But Jordan, he wasn't tall. He wasn't that built big.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Who's this kid?"
The Bulls did say that they were lucky that they drafted Jordan before the Olympics because that's when everyone knew Michael Jordan's name in the Olympics. He balled out, and if the Olympics were to happen before the draft, promise you, Houston would have picked up Jordan or Portland if they didn't. Another thing that really shocked me was Phil Jackson's 1-year contract for the '98 season. That was pretty shocking. But it's like they're saying, "Oh, this is your last year." It's like even the general manager said this. Even if you go 82-0 and you win a championship, this is your last year.
He made a statement. He was like, "I'm seeing that this is gonna be an end of your prime, and I don't think you should be with the team."
That is outrageous to me. That was outrageous to me.
He had the mindset of, "I'm making a championship right now. You look like you're about to end. Like you got to kick it out before let's squeeze a little bit left out of you."
By the way, the general manager's name is Jerry Krause. That's his name, Jerry Krause. Krause.
He was benefiting the team rather than the players. That's what he looked like.
Basically, he wanted to make a statement like, "Yo, I'm in charge here, and I can make another championship team. I don't need you guys."
See,
I mean, he did. You gotta but let's not hate too much in Jerry Krause because he's the one. He's the one that
built the team.
He built the team.
Like you have to respect him as a businessman. You have to respect him because he got rid of what's his name?
He basically Charles Oakley. He got
rid of him, and
it hurt that, and it was hard for him to do that. But he knew it was going to benefit the team.
Wait, was it Bills Oakley?
Huh? Charles Oakley.
Oh, Charles Oakley. Yeah. He was benefiting the team. He was Jordan's best friend and everything like that. But he was like, you know what? We need a championship team, and he gotta go. And he left. He went to the Knicks, and I think that was a crucial time where he was like, this is the new team. Picked up Pippen. Picked up I forgot the other guy's name.
Dennis Rodman.
No. Draft pick. I don't know. We'll put in the comment section what I'm talking about.
All right, but it's just like as a coach, even if you win a championship, you're still out. Like you're done. And I thought that was insane, man. It was 1-year contract, bro. Pippen being second and basically all of stats in the Bulls and being number 1 in assists, right? He was the 6th most highest paid player in the Bulls team.
122nd in the league.
In the league, man. Yeah, he screwed, bro. I think the general manager screwed him, man. He signed a 7-year, $18 million contract. I mean, at the same time, you gotta like tell it to Pippen. I was like, wow, how can you agree to that contract?
I met Pippen twice.
Oh, where at?
All right, the first time was at Party City. I didn't know who he was. I was like, 8 years old, around there.
Where was that? Here in
Florida.
Florida.
Mm-hmm. And it was at Party City. I still didn't know. My dad was like, "Oh wow, wide-eyed and everything." A whole bunch of reporters around him. And I'm like, "Who is this tall dude?" He was tall because me, I was like 4 something. I was short. I was small.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking up, still not knowing who he is at all. Now the second time I met him was at the mall. Like it was like a year later or 2 years later, and I still didn't know who he was again. Because I'm like, who is this tall guy? Just everyone surrounded. I didn't think too much of it, but then looking back, I was like, wow, that was Pippen. And then there was another incident. I met Dennis Rodman too. That's a story for itself.
That's for our next reaction.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because Rodman walked into this house that I was in, and my brother was there, and I didn't know who he was, and he was like, "That was Dennis Rodman." I was like, "Yeah." Shook his hand. Crazy. He's weird.
Really weird, right? I mean, you already saw in the beginning of the documentary. He was like dressed in a wedding dress and everything.
Yeah.
Wow,
he's weird.
Well, I mean, I heard that for episode 3 and 4. Episode 3 specifically, they're gonna be talking about Dennis Rodman's story now.
Yeah,
man. He came up, and that should be hella interesting. I can't wait for that. Anyways, so yeah, it's just so because Pippen was also like he was basically the second best player in the league, and he was getting paid like chunk change, man. $2 million a year, $2.8 million a year, man.
But again,
for the production he did and for that team, for $2 million.
Jerry again is a great businessman. When you think about it,
but he screwed over.
He did.
He screwed
he
over
really did.
Pippen, man.
He saw Pippen's circumstances. He saw how he grew up, and he used that. He was like, "I'll give you money right now." Like at the time, it was a lot.
Basically,
until salary grew over on the season. Then he was like, Pippen started having a realization. Like, wait a second, I'm not getting my money. Now I know my worth, but at the time he didn't, and he was looking for that fast money, and Jerry gave it to
But
him.
man, 7 years.
7 years.
Wow.
He didn't think about that.
That's a big contract, man.
I mean, when you're young, coming out of college at that time, you wouldn't really think about. All you really think about playing, support family.
And I'm pretty sure he didn't want to ask for a trade at that time. I mean, he did ask for a trade towards the end of like when 98 season came. We don't know what happens. I mean,
after his injury, of course.
Yeah, like but remember he had the choice to do the surgery in the summer. But he's like, nah, I'm not messing up my summer for I ain't doing that. I'm gonna do
a season. But once he recovered, that's when he was like, I'm gonna still on the injury list, but I want to request a trade.
Like how the episode 2 ended, he was demanding a trade. We'll find out what happens. And one thing that really inspired me was just Jordan carried that whole Bulls team against the Celtics in the first round of the playoffs.
I mean, you got what, Bird, Ainge,
bro, and for them players to like, because they were like four of the starting five, they went to the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to like rave about a young Michael Jordan who was like his second year in the league, that is pretty damn amazing.
And how he struggled against the Pistons, I thought that was interesting as well.
Like Jordan literally. Like, he had first game was like a 49-point game. Second game, he went like 50. And they still lost, of course, against the Celtics. But wow, it gave Celtics a lot of load work to handle, man. I forgot one player's name, but he was scared of he got mad at this one player because he fouled. I was like, now I got to defend Jordan. Like, well, come on, man. Like, he was mad about it. I thought it was crazy. And then one more thing about the documentary is that, to me, it was insane that Jordan said there would be no Jordan and there was no Pippen.
Yeah,
and for the best player in the world, for him to say that,
there wouldn't really be a Batman if there wasn't a Robin.
That's pretty amazing. But overall thing about how I felt about the documentary, I don't know too much about the whole dynasty of the Bulls. We already know Jordan, Pippen, and them, and they won 2 3-peats. But I think it's pretty amazing how us younger generation are finally getting to know what happened during the 90s, and I think that's something so amazing.
See, with me, I always grew up, learning history about certain athletes because my family, they grew up around a lot of these athletes, right? At the time, they didn't know that they're going to be famous, but looking back now, they're famous. But they all went to college together and stuff like that, and they were telling me stories about it. And I'm wondering if they're going to put, Jordan's gambling addiction in this documentary as well.
Well, we're about to find out. And I can't wait. So for next Monday, we're going to have another reaction for episode 3 and 4, so stay tuned for that, guys.
All right.
Well, that pretty much wraps up the show, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna be here again. Thank you for staying here and hearing us out, giving us a platform. And like I said, Omar, what we here for the student athletes? What we here for, man?
Bro, free platforms for all you student athletes. If you ever want to show us your highlights, send us a link. Hit us up on social media anytime you want. We can have a link below to our social media. And if you're any coaches out there who wants to really talk about it, hit us up as well. We'll really appreciate it.
All right, man. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show. We'll be here tomorrow, and we can't wait, man. But my name is Steven.
My name is Omar.
And you're watching Game Day Nation Athletics.